Hey guys, it's me, Candy. I thought today I would do something a little different and share with you guys a little bit about what it's been like to have anxiety for 30 years. Hey guys, if you are new here, my name is Candy. I am a mom to 5 kids between 2 and 12, and they are homeschooled. So, if you want to get technical, we are very relaxed homeschoolers, if not to say that we are unschoolers. It's kind of it's one of those things where I don't like to put a label on it because people panic when you use the word unschool or relaxed homeschooler because they automatically assume that means you're not teaching your kids. But it's just one of those things, and it annoys me because people want to classify everything you do, and at the same time they want to judge everything you do. But they're definitely going to ask you questions, they're going to quiz your kids, all that fun stuff. Anyways, that's not what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to have a chat with you guys about a lot of things that are going on, but I'm going to try to do it before my battery dies because it's like 10%, so we'll see if I can get it all out or if I'm going to have to do another video later and finish. We'll see. Okay, guys. Ignore all the laundry that I'm not getting done to chat with you guys. Ignore the bookshelves that the kids made a mess out of. Ignore my crazy hair. Ignore it all. Because I have not been on top of things lately. My anxiety has been sky high. I feel like just day-to-day things is too much to handle. When I say I have anxiety, I have a couple of family members who chew me out and they say, oh, you just want attention, or oh, here you go again, you're always got something to complain about. Because my entire life I've had anxiety. When I was a little kid, I used to get so anxious just about going to school. I didn't like getting made fun of. I didn't like tests. Tests stressed me out to the max. Now I'm gonna cry because I'm thinking about things that were traumatizing, I guess. So, when I was a kid, I used to throw up every morning before school because my anxiety would upset my stomach that bad, and it was just really, really hard. As an adult, I still go through phases where my anxiety gets so high that I get to where I can't hardly eat because I throw up constantly from the stress and the anxiety, and that's where I've been the last few weeks. And it's really like one of those things where I say this jokingly and my husband gets mad, but I say I shouldn't be this chubby when I throw up so much. And it's not, I'm not bulimic, it's not like that, it's just, it's my body's response to stress and anxiety. And I've tried to talk to several family members about this quite often, and I just get so upset that I really can't, and I feel like they don't listen or they don't take me seriously because they just don't know how bad my thoughts race or the way my heart starts racing until it feels like there's something stuck in my throat and I feel like I can't breathe. And it sucks, you know, and I've been this way my entire life. I remember being like 3-4 years old, and if I did something wrong, I remember thinking, like, you know, about like how my dad was gonna spank me, and I would start freaking out and feeling this way. And I've just always been this way, and it's something that when I would try to ask for help, I'd be told, you just want attention, you need to stop your crap, or I'd get spanked for it. And so I used to write a lot to try to calm myself down, or I would read, kind of zone out in books, because it kept me out of reality, and reality felt like my throat was closing from stress and anxiety. And I mean, it could be nothing. It was literally going to school. I would throw up every single day. It completely trashed my teeth. I looked like I did some hardcore drugs because my teeth were so bad from the stomach acid from throwing up. When I was with my ex-husband, I'd gotten to a point where I was working 2 jobs, and then I was working 1 job after I had my son, and then I became a stay-at-home mom. My ex-husband started using drugs. He became very abusive to me, and it was like everything just crashed back in. And I had went about 3 years where my anxiety wasn't this way. And then it all came back. I went through several years of abuse and feeling like if I told anybody that they would say the same things they said to me when I was a kid. Like when I would say I didn't want to go to school, or I hated school, or that I was anxious, I felt like if I said anything about what was going on in my private life, they would say, you know, you just want attention, or you're just acting stupid, or whatever. And so I let it happen. And when I found out I was pregnant with my daughter Mika, things got worse, because he flat out said he didn't want her. He got worse. And I just felt like, you know, I'm stuck. This is my life. This is just how it's gonna be now. And so anyways, when I left him, his aunt helped me royally to get away from that situation, and I'm so thankful for that. And there was this period of ease, and then everything crashed back again, because then I realized, now here I am with a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old. No car, no driver's license, because my father never let me get a driver's license or a car. My ex-husband never let me get a driver's license or a car. 23 years old, I have no clue what I'm gonna do. I have no idea how I'm gonna put food on the table, how I'm gonna pay bills, how I'm gonna even afford to put them in daycare so I can go to work. I mean, I was just like all over again. It all just closed in, and I was right back to that same person. And now, you know, things got better and better. And then about a year ago, my husband had an incident where he was on the road and he had some chest pains, and he went to the emergency room. And after all was said and done, and heart surgery and things, he had 8 heart blockages and diabetes. And again, I'm sitting there looking at my husband post-surgery and holding our, I think she was about 5-month-old daughter in a baby carrier, and I'm thinking, what am I going to do? Here I am, we have 5 kids. I could lose my husband tomorrow. or today, or, you know, and here I am with 5 kids. And all that came back again. And then it all seemed to be getting better. And then the last 5 or 6 months, it's been slowly coming back. In the last couple of years, I have really distanced myself from family. I have felt like no matter what I do in life, I feel like I don't have any support from most of my family. And it sucks. I mean, it really does, because when I was going to school or when I was working all the time, or when I became a stay-at-home mom, it's always been, well, that was a bad choice. Well, that was stupid. Well, what about this? What about that? Well, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? And it's never been, you know, I'm proud of you, or, you know, good job, or, you know, when I worked in nursing, nobody ever said, you know, good job. It was, well, why didn't you become an RN or a doctor or whatever? It wasn't, you know, you overcame somebody having a shotgun to your head while you were pregnant. And here you are with a job and 2 kids and maintaining. No. It was, why aren't you an RN? And so in the past couple of years, there's been some different things that have taken place that have made me distance myself from family. And a lot of that has to do with feeling like, you know, why am I giving so much of myself to so many people and nothing? You know, they say you can't pour from an empty glass. Well, this glass is empty, you know, and I've become wore out on feeling like I give so much love and so much to so many people and having nothing in return. I mean, I've had family members send me text messages on accident that they meant for other people where they were talking horribly about me, and, you know, talking about how I'm just a lazy person who sits at home on her rear end making, you know, making a new baby every year while, you know, my husband works, and how pathetic I am. And I'm like, you know, I don't sit on my rear all day, you know, somebody's gonna do all this laundry that I actually haven't done. But yeah, you know, somebody's gonna teach these kids, they don't get smart all by themselves, you know, and somebody's gotta cook, somebody's gotta feed them, somebody's got to take them to doctor's appointments. Somebody's got to take care of their daughter with an autoimmune disease, and their son with asthma, and their daughter with food allergies, and toddlers running wild. So no, I don't not do anything all day, but thanks for that text message, you know. And they were like, oh crap, that was meant for so and so. Well, that's great, but now I know how you really feel, you know. And then something very rude was said to me at I think it was Thanksgiving dinner or something like that. And I usually let so much stuff I let people say things that are so hurtful. And if there's somebody I love, I let them just say things. And I just take it for so long, and I take it, and then I just blow up. And that's what I did. I blew up, and sorry, somebody called me. Anyways, I was just like, I'm done. Bye. And I just distanced myself. I had to get myself back together for my own sake. You know, like I said, you can't pour from an empty glass. And at that point, I felt totally empty, you know. And I swear to God, my kids are fine. They're out there playing some games, like some tag and stuff that's in one of Mika's books from the library, and they're getting really loud. But they're fine. Anyways, just saying in case you hear screaming. Yeah, that's screaming. So anyway, I gave myself that distance to rebuild who I was. Anyways, during that time, it was like, it was good because I didn't have people tearing me down 24/7. I surrounded myself with people that build me up. But at the same time, every single night when I went to sleep, I'd start thinking about all these people that I love and how I was the bad person for not talking to them. I was the bad person for staying away. I was the bad person for breaking that relationship. And so that's ate at me for the past couple years. And it's still eating at me because here it is, the holidays. Can't spend Thanksgiving with my family. Can't spend Christmas with my family because there's certain people that I can't be around because they don't have anything nice to say, you know? And I can't be broken down any further than I am without probably doing something really stupid. And I love my kids too much to do anything stupid. So, you know, I just can't. And so this past year has been really awakening for me because I'm trying to slowly ease people into my life, and then if they push those boundaries, I have to push them back away. I have to teach myself that just because you love somebody doesn't mean it's okay to let them hurt you. And all the while, I'm laying awake at night pretty much having a panic attack every night thinking about these things. And that's funny, is none of this was the things I meant to talk about in this video. Anyways, the last like 5 months or so, there has been all this anxiety that I've had over the holidays, feeling like I should be giving my kids that time with my family, but at the same time, do I really need somebody to sit there and tell me my kids would be smarter if they were at school? Do I need somebody to tell me that my daughter needs treated with this or that, not what I'm doing? Do I need somebody to tell me that Penny cries too much? Do I need somebody to tell me that Maddie's a brat? No. I mean, you know, I think I've heard enough of that in my lifetime about myself that I don't want my kids to be feeling that way at 30 years old like I do. And so I'm trying to learn that. I'm trying to learn that those things aren't okay, no matter who says them. And I'm also trying to learn to love myself in a way that has never happened because I've always been taught what's wrong with me and not what's right with me. And so I've been going through all that this past year. In the last 6 months or so, things have been really overwhelming. My husband's work schedule's been crap. He has been getting less and less work. He's been home more. He's had paychecks that were wrong. He's had broken equipment, trucks in the shop. He had to switch trucks with another driver because he was going to be doing local loads and the other driver needed a truck with a bed. And then that turned around and the truck that he's driving now that was somebody else's has been in the shop most of the past 2 months. He had a piece of a new trailer that he was given to use. Break, hit his knee. He had to go to the emergency room. He was off work with some problems with his knee, and now he's finally back at work, and he's hauled one load, I think, in 2 weeks. And every single time he tries to haul a load somewhere, the truck breaks down or the trailer breaks down, or just like right now, he has broke down about an hour from here, waiting on somebody to come to fix the trailer just so he can unload the load that he has. And what's that mean? It means that if somebody else has to come and figure out, I don't know, however, like his last payday was like $300. Why? Because every time he'd go to unload, the trailer would screw up and somebody else would have to come unload it like manually with something. And that means he doesn't get paid for it because he didn't unload that load, even though he hauled it and all that. So we are like drowning, and that's got me really anxious because Christmas is coming. We are behind on every possible bill we can be behind on. We have not bought one kid a Christmas present. We have not anything. I wanted to take the kids to go see Santa and stuff, but that's probably not going to happen. It's just been one thing after another, and it's been overwhelming. And I have been overwhelmed with stress, thinking about Christmas, thinking about bills, thinking about all of it. And it's been really getting to me to the point that I can't get things done. I just kind of sit there and try to not break down in front of my kids. And to an extent, I think it's good to show my kids that it's okay to have emotions, because I was taught not to show emotions. And so I think it's okay for them to see me upset or heartbroken or stressed to an extent. I don't think it's okay to see their mom fall apart. And so that's what I've been trying not to do. But I haven't been sharing a whole lot of personal things because I have been just trying to focus on the kids. I have been reading like books with them. We have been watching movies together. We have been doing their schoolwork. And we've been playing outside when it's warm enough or playing inside building forts. But I just haven't felt like recording things because I just feel so overwhelmed. I don't like this feeling like I can't breathe. I don't like feeling like there's something in my throat. A few of the things that I said earlier, I have never actually said out loud. And I think that's part of why, at the very moment, I feel like there is a huge, like, release of stress or release of tightness in me. But I just don't know. I mean, I don't know what to do. It's not like I have anybody to ask for advice, because typically when you have 5 kids and you say, hey, this happened, when your husband goes from making like $5,000 a month to making $300, that's not expected. I mean, we were able to pay all of our bills and have very little left over, and now we have depleted the leftover. We have depleted everything. And now I'm not sure what we're going to do. My husband's not sure if he's going to look for other work or hope that things get better, or he gets a better truck, or what, because he really likes his boss. But we certainly can't go on like this. And at this point, we're pretty much out of luck on Christmas for the kids. And so it has been really hard on both of us. We've both been edgy. He has been very temperamental and spending a lot of time out in his shop, because that's where he goes when he's in a bad mood, because that's his way of not being snappy around me or the kids, because he knows that I can't handle things like that. He knows that I don't want things like that around the kids. So if he's in a bad mood, he goes out and works in his shop, and that's okay, because, you know, it's how he processes things. And I know that he's stressed. He's very stressed. He keeps saying he's having chest pains, which stresses me, because I don't want my husband having chest pains. He is a heart patient, and that terrifies me. And I love him to death, and I can't imagine life without him. And I don't want to imagine life without him. So I don't know what to do. I plan on catching up things for the house. I actually am going to try to get some sewing in tonight. I'm going to try to make a bunch of hair bows and put them for sale on Marketplace, just to make a little bit of extra cash, maybe help with Christmas or bills or something. But I don't know otherwise really what I can do. And like I said, I don't have anybody I can ask for advice, because if I say, hey, I'm overwhelmed, I'm so anxious, I feel like I'm like suffocating, people say, A, you shouldn't have had 5 kids, or B, well, put your kids in school, because then you won't have so much to worry about. Well, guess what? One, not putting my kids in school. So when CJ was in school, he did the same thing as I did several times. He would throw up in the mornings and get sick to his stomach, and he would cry if he had a test, and his anxiety is like mine. So the answer to that is no. And as far as I shouldn't have had 5 kids, well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, honestly, I probably would have had more, but since I almost died with the last one, that's not an option. And so, and like I said, you can't There is no way of knowing what tomorrow brings. Somebody can have $3 million today and nothing tomorrow. Does that make them a horrible person if when they had $3 million today and they had 5 kids, something happens and they lose it all? Or, are they supposed to look back in time and go, oh, I shouldn't have had my kids because I lost all my money? Same thing. My husband had really good income. We were doing okay. And now we're not. And hopefully it's just a slump and things will get better, because I don't know. I'm really, 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 really overwhelmed. But I do have a bunch of new videos coming out. I have been working the last few days at getting my butt in gear and trying to get out of my slump. But I felt like chatting about this, and I hope it's not like oversharing here. My kids are howling at the moon. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but they're howling out there. Anyways, I just wanted to share this and say that, if you have high anxiety or a lot of stress or depression or anything like that, it's okay. I really think it's something that should be normalized. It's not something that people should look down on, because my whole life I have felt like it's been looked down on or avoided, that I'm this high strung and this anxious, and it's wrong that people act that way, because there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, things can be going great, and out of nowhere there's that feeling of that rock in my throat, that tightness in my chest, and I don't know why, and I just have to go in the bathroom and cry, because it just happens, and I don't know. And I've been this way my whole life, and it's not changing, and I'm 32 years old. So anyways, I just wanted to share what's been going on in our lives with you guys, and I kind of got off track there because I started talking about all kinds of other stuff. I guess because I was trying to make the point as to the fact that I feel like every time I try to reach out to somebody, it's kind of like ignored or pushed away. And so I'm just wanting to tell you guys why, if I go on like a week break and I don't share anything, it's because I'm trying to gain my bearings, because it's that time of year. September 11th, 2011, I left my ex-husband. September 11th, 2013, I lost my baby, and I was 26 weeks pregnant. September 11th, 2014, my divorce was finally finalized. He drug it out to the far extents and then didn't show up to the last day. So September is really, really hard. And then October brings on the holidays. And the holidays bring on everything. And so anyways, my goal was to clean this whole house tonight and get the laundry caught up and wake up to a clean house tomorrow, and maybe I would feel a little better, is what I'm trying to tell myself, is that waking up in a clean house will make me happy. Will it? Probably not. But I need to do it. Anyways, I've got to get the kids rounded up and in the house. I have got to get all the laundry folded and cleared off the table, get dinner on the table, get the kids fed, get them washed up, get them off to bed, and read bedtime stories and all that. And I just wanted to touch base with you guys. I wanted to tell you guys kind of what's going on. If I go off and don't post or share anything for a while, it's just that I'm trying to regroup and putting all my focus on the kids and things like that. But I'm really trying really hard to pull myself out of what I'm going through right now. I know that it'll be okay in the long run, but I don't want to be that person that disappoints their children, and I don't want to be the person that ruins Christmas for their kids. I don't want to tell my kids that this is what's going on. So now they aren't getting along. Yeah, I gotta round them up. Anyways, like I said earlier, I hope I wasn't sharing too much. I kind of got off on some other things that I guess I just needed to get out. Anyways, if you go through any type of anxiety or stress or anything like that, I would love to chat with you in the comments below so I feel a little bit less like I'm not normal. And love to hear how you handle or cope with your stress. And I would love to know maybe there's something I'm missing that I could do for help. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed listening to me ramble and chat, and sorry about the crying and blubbering. I hope that this has been, at the least, maybe help somebody else feel like these things are normal. These things happen, that highs and lows happen, anxiety happens, and life happens. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.